9, 24, and 29.
Okay, number 12 is a house call.
Oh, okay.
But everyone else should. Hey, Commissioner, we are ready, but it doesn't look like number 6 has the signature on it. And other than that, we're all set.
You may go ahead and be seated. Need just a second to get signed in. All right, good morning. This is Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and this is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for March 31st, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Persons appearing before this court are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that any statements could be used against them. Most of you are being appointed an attorney. Whether or not you are being appointed an attorney today, you do have the right to retain your own attorney at your own expense if you should choose to do so. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Brian Cota, and then if Joseph Sorter could have a seat by the door, please.
Over here to the podium.
Mr. Cota, could you please state your name for the record?
Brian Cota, 21403.
All right, and Mr. Cota, you are here today on a new arrest yesterday for resisting arrest, shoplifting. Resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am finding probable cause for all three of those violations because you are currently. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 3 hearings in your matter. The first one is on April 1st at 8:30. The second one is on April 7th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And the last one is on April 9th at 8:30, all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court, because you are currently on release in another matter where a felony has been charged. You are non-bondable today. So if you'll go ahead, step to the left, the officer will have your paperwork.
Here's your paperwork. Go ahead and sit down in the back row, okay?
All right, Mr. Sorter, and then we're going to go with Bulmaro Zaragoza.
To the podium, please.
Mr. Sorter, will you please state your name for the record?
Joseph Paul Sorter.
And Mr. Sorter, what is your date of birth?
October 29, 1977.
All right. And you are here today on a new arrest for the violation of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause for that violation. I am just looking at one thing. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter and setting 2 hearings in your case. The first one is April 7th at 8:30, and the second one is April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter of $50,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. You go ahead, step to the left. The officer will have your paperwork for you.
Sit in the last room. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Zaragoza?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And then if Willie Allen could please have a seat by the door, please. Mr. Zaragoza, please state your name for the record.
Bulmaro Zaragoza,
And Mr. Zaragoza, what is your date of birth?
1394.
All right. And sir, you are here today on 2 matters. You are here on a new case, and you are also here on a warrant for a probation violation matter. Let's go ahead and talk about your new case first. In this new case, you were arrested on March 21st for aggravated assault, possession of a Class 3 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, and unlawful discharge of a firearm within city limits, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings in your matter, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $200,000, and I am, in the event that you are able to post that bond, I am requiring that you be placed on electronic monitoring, which is the ankle monitoring. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim in this matter. You are currently on probation in a different matter, so you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. In your second matter, which is the the warrant on the probation violation matter, I am setting, I am appointing you an attorney in that matter as well. You have 2 hearings in that matter, both on April 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in that matter in the amount of $500. So if you'll go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. All right. Mr. Allen, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Willie Allen.
And Mr. Allen, what's your date of birth?
January 24, 2003.
All right. And Mr. Allen, you are here today on a new Superior Court case where you are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony, aggravated assault attempted disfigurement, a Class 3 felony, aggravated assault attempted with serious physical injury, a Class 3 felony, disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony, and assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter and setting 2 hearings, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter of $100,000 in the event that you are able to post that bond. I am requiring conditions including electronic monitoring and that you have no contact with the alleged victim or any alleged witness in this case. So if you'll go ahead, Mr. Allen, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you.
Can I be excused, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I be excused?
I didn't even see you there. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Did you want to speak on any case?
It's fine, Your Honor. The matters that I wish to appear on, the court went with the state's written recommendation.
Okay.
So it's fine.
I didn't see you there. I apologize.
It's not a problem. Can I be excused?
Yes, of course. I apparently didn't even know you were there. I'm so sorry. All right, Alfredo Parra, please. And then Alexis Sotelo Flores, if Mr. Sotelo Flores could please have AC by the door. Mr. Parra, please state your name for the record.
Alfredo Parra.
And Mr. Parra, what is your date of birth?
08/25/1999.
And Mr. Parra, you are here on one matter, a new arrest on March 30th of 2025 for the violations of disorderly conduct involving weapons, a Class 6 felony, and discharging a firearm within city limits, a Class 6 felony. I am finding for purposes of today's hearing that you are not indigent. However, you do have the right to retain your own attorney at your own expense if you should choose to do so. I am setting 2 hearings in your matter. The first on April 7th at 8:30, and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000 in your case. And if you will go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. Alexis Sotelo Flores, and then if Silquan Brooks could please have a seat by the door. And Mr. Flores, if you could please state your name for the record.
Alexis Otelo Flores.
All right, and Mr. Flores, what is your date of birth?
November 8, 2004.
All right, and you are here, Mr. Flores, on a new justice court case for driving with a suspended or revoked license and carrying a deadly weapon by a person under 21 years of age. Both are misdemeanors. I did find probable cause for both violations. And I am appointing you an attorney in this matter and setting a hearing in the Encanto Justice Court for April 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $2,000. And if you'll go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Mr. Brooks, please. Mr. Brooks, will you please state your name for the record?
Juan Brooks.
And Mr. Brooks, what is your date of birth?
July 29th, 1997.
Thank you. And Ms. Brooks, you're here on a new Superior Court case based on a arrest on March 30th for the violations of criminal damage, a Class 6 felony, and assault causing the fear of injury, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. For purposes of today's hearing, I'm finding that you are not indigent, so I'm not appointing you an attorney in this case. That doesn't mean that you can't retain your own attorney or represent yourself. I am setting two hearings in your case, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $2,000. If you are able to post that bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. I didn't know, I couldn't tell from the probable cause statement whether or not you live with the victim or not. But if you do, you may not return to the residence, and any essential items you have that you would need to collect, you would need to arrange for a civil standby to do that. So go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Michelle Colquhoun, and then if Sir Yosha Stevens could please have a seat by the door. Hi, Miss Colquhoun? Cahoon?
Yes.
Okay, it's so much easier when you say it out loud than when you read it. Can you please state your name for the record?
Me, Shelby Cahoon.
Okay, and Ms.
Cahoon.
Cahoon, thank you. Please state your date of birth.
July 24th, 1997.
Thank you. And Ms. Cahoon, you are here today on 2 warrants for probation violations in the Maricopa County Superior Court. I am appointing you an attorney in these matters, and I'm setting hearings on April 7th at 8:30 in the morning on both cases in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the first case, which is the 2023-135596 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. And in the second case, which is the CR 2023-153769 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So that's a total for both cases, $1,500 in secured appearance bond. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Seryoza Stevens, please. And then if Gary Tate could please have his seat by the door. Mr. Stevens, could you please state your name for the record?
Seryoza Stevens.
All right, and Mr. Stevens, what is your date of birth?
2/12/2000, miss.
All right, and Mr. Stevens, you're here on 2 cases. You are here on a warrant for probation violation, and then you are also here on a new case. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about your new case first, which was based upon your arrest, which resulted in your arrest on March 30th for criminal damage, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that violation. I am appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings in that new case, one on April 7th at 8:30 and the other one on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this new case in the amount of $1,500. In the event you are able to post that bond, and this goes for the other case as well, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. In the other case, in the probation violation case, I am appointing you an attorney in that case as well, and setting a hearing on April 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the probation violation case in the amount of $750. You would need to post both bonds in order to secure your release. So go ahead, sir. Step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork.
Thank you. Can I please do the rest?
Yeah,
All right, Gary Tate, and then if we could have Gilberto Rascon, please have a seat by the door. And Mr. Tate, if you could please state your name for the record.
Gary Ray Tate.
And Mr. Tate, what is your date of birth?
September 2nd, 1974.
Thank you. And you are here on 2 cases, a new case and then a case, probation violation case. Let's go ahead and talk about your new case. You were arrested on March 30th, 2025 for 5 alleged violations. They are shoplifting with an artifice, a class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, resisting arrest, using physical force, a class 6 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony, and refusing to provide your name to the officers. That's a class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings in your case, the first one on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this new case in the amount of $1,000. And then in your second case, which is the warrant for for the alleged probation violation. I am appointing you an attorney in that case as well. And you have hearings in the probation violation case on April 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a bond in that matter in the amount of $200. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look real quick. That doesn't look quite right. Okay. In the amount of $200. So that would be a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,200 for both cases. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. So if you go ahead, sir, have step to the left, get your paperwork. All right, Gilberto Rascon, please. And then after Mr. Rascon, if we could have Safrasha Woods, please.
Who's that one?
Hi. Mr. Rascon, could you please state your name for the record?
Roberto Jr. Rascon.
All right, and Mr. Rascon, what is your date of birth?
September 17, 2004.
All right, and Mr. Rascon, you are here today on 3 warrants for allegations of probation violations out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The first one is CR 22-14579. The second one, let's just start with the 22 case. In this case, in all 3 cases, I am appointing you an attorney and am setting hearings for you on April 7th at 8:30 in the morning. In the 2022 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the next case, which is CR 2023-139083, I'm also setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $500. And then in the 2024 case, which is CR 2024-152148, in that case, I am also setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So that's a total of $1,500 in secured appearance bond. In the event that you are able to post those bonds and secure your release because you are on intensive probation services, you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours of release. So if you go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you.
So I'm getting released?
If you post the bonds, you need to post all 3 bonds. And if you're able to do that, then you would be released, but you would need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. Go ahead, step to the left. All right, Safrasha, Ms. Woods, please. And then if Grace and Neil could please have a seat by the door. Good morning, Ms. Woods. Will you please state your name for the record?
Safrasha Woods.
And Ms. Woods, what is your date of birth?
8/13/89.
And Ms. Woods, you are here on 4 cases today. Go ahead, talk about your new case first, and then we'll talk about your other cases, which are all failure to appears. So in your new case, you were arrested on March 30th, 2025 for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you and just quit. Hold on. I am appointing you an attorney in this new case and setting two hearings, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Ms. Wood, you also have 3 existing criminal cases with failure to appear warrants out on them. So in the CR 2105-277 case, and in the CR 2021-129199 case, as well as the CR 2023-00705 case. An attorney has already been appointed for you in those cases, so I'm not appointing you another attorney here today because you should already have one appointed. There are hearings set in those failure to appear cases for April 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the 2021 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the 2020 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the 2023 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So, Ms. Woods, that would be a total of $1,500 in secured appearance for all 3 cases. $1,500 secured appearance bond. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All right, so go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Grace and Neil, please, and then Moises Navarro, please. And Mr. Neal, will you please state your name for the record?
Grayson Neal.
And Mr. Neal, what's your date of birth?
6897.
All right, and you are here for following arrest yesterday for aggravated DUI.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, yes, hold on.
Because, I was told I was stopped for my tags, and then I didn't hit anything. I didn't have a minor in the vehicle. I don't have a firearm. I don't have any weapons. And I'm sitting here getting told that I have an aggravated DUI, and I don't understand how it's possible. What did I do? And
Okay, hold
I was
on for just
upfront
a
about.
second. All right, so based upon signs and symptoms that the officer arrest, I am finding probable cause today. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter, so you can talk to your attorney about all of those issues. Now, I am setting two hearings in your case in the downtown Superior Court, the first on April 15th at 8:30, and the second one on April 17th at 8:30. Will you go to those hearings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I missed the other one.
Wait, you need to just wait, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, as long as you're going to promise me what you just did, that you will go to those hearings, I am inclined today to release you on your own recognizance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so go ahead, step to the left, get your paperwork.
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't drive without a valid license.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Moises Navarro.
Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Navarro. Please state your name for the record.
Moises James Navarro.
And Mr. Navarro, what is your date of birth?
06/17/1995.
All right, and Mr. Navarro, you are here today following an arrest yesterday for assault with an intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor, a DUI, and 3 counts of DUI, all Class 1 misdemeanors. I am finding probable cause for those violations and setting, I am stating that you're going to be appointed an attorney at your next hearing. Okay, so, and
I understand.
anything you say can be used against you, so you do have the right to remain silent. I am setting a hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on April 16th at 1 p.m. Will you go to that hearing?
April 16th at 1 p.m.?
At 1 p.m.
I'll be there.
All right. Now, based upon that, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. So if you go ahead, step left, officer, I'll have your paperwork for you.
I'm sorry. I just got to explain myself because no one's hearing me out.
But you do have the right to remain silent, and this is going to be more important for you to talk to that attorney that's going to be appointed for you.
I was attacked by 3 individuals, and I didn't even throw a punch.
Okay. So again, just based on my information, I am finding probable cause for that. All right, and with that, I think we are ready to move to our house calls. Is that correct? Did we miss anyone, officers?
Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
Did we miss anyone that's back in there?
House call only.
Okay. All right, so we're ready to move to the house call, sirs. I've already heard and considered your case.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to be doing 3 house calls today. The first one is for Michael Lane, date of birth 10/20/75. Mr. Lane was arrested on March 30th for aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and resisting arrest using physical force, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing Mr. Lane an attorney and setting 2 hearings in his matter. The first for April 7th at 8:30, the second one for April 9th at 8:30. Both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in Mr. Lane's matter in the amount of $10,000. And the second case is Anderson Puga. Mr. Puga's date of birth is March 3rd, 1991. Mr. Puga was arrested on March 30th for aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, discharging a firearm within city limits, a Class 6 felony, and assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all 4 of those violations. I am appointing Mr. Puga an attorney and setting 2 hearings in Mr. Puga's case. The first one on April 7th at 8:30, the second one on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in Mr. Puga's matter in the amount of $200,000. In the event that Mr. Puga is able to post that bond, he would be subject to electronic monitoring. And finally, Brian Booth, date of birth April 10th, 1989. Mr. Booth is here on 2 failure to appear warrants out of Maricopa County Superior Court. Mr. Booth has already had an attorney appointed for him in those matters, and I am setting hearings for Mr. Booth in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court in both matters on April 10th at 8:30. I am setting secured appearance bonds in the CR 2023-113484 matter in the amount of $2,000, and in the CR 2023-00441 matter, also in the amount of $2,000. And I should have stated at the beginning, and I didn't, that Michael Lane, Anderson Puga, and Brian Booth are not present in the courtroom today because they are a danger to themselves or others or otherwise unable to function. So with that, the court is going to stand adjourned until the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. This is Court Interpreter Philip Davis.
Morning, Mr. Davis.
My understanding is that Arabic matter is going to be expedited today, and the interpreter is on her way, and I understand that the Spanish speaker will be expedited as well. We can take that one if she hasn't shown up by the time we go on record, and we can stand by until she gets here after we do the Spanish interpreter if that's what ends up happening.
Mr. Davis, do you know which one is the Spanish interpreter? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Your Honor, this is the jail. I'd like to advise you that Wessel Allen refused, so he will not be coming down.
All right, thank you.
So.
Is he the guy who never shows up?
Good morning. Are you Melissa Sue?
Yes. Good morning.
This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on looks like it's a failure to appear for shoplifting out of Pima County Justice Court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one may be appointed for you. I know you have some felony matters you're in custody for, ma'am, right now. So in this case, I'm going to impose a bond of $500, cash or secured, and I'll appoint you an attorney. It's going to be Peter Gutierrez. Your next court date will be tomorrow, actually April 1st at 1 p.m. You'll be seen by video, and the attorney will be there. If you do post the bond, ma'am, no contact with the alleged victim, whatever that business was, don't go back to that incident location. If you post all your bonds, it's up to you to make sure you show up to court. Understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for today. Thank you, Ms. Wu.
Your Honor, is the Arabic translator here yet?
Yes, I'm right here, Your Honor. Arabic interpreter.
Thank you. Do we have an attorney at the jail as well?
Attorney as well? We're getting him, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Gutierrez, are you representing the state today? Or Mr. Is it Goodman? Mr. Goodman, sorry.
Yeah, I am representing the state today, but me and Peter Gutierrez do know each other.
Okay. All right, Madam Interpreter, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm right here.
All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
ده أول الوقت اللي هو بيحدد وجودك الأولي أمام عشان يخطروك على كل ما هو موجه إليك ضدك. Yes, Your Honor.
Can I get your full name, please?
اسمك لو سمحت كامل.
محمد مريني.
محمد مريني.
Good morning, Mr. Marini. I'm seeing you today on a felony charge for child abuse, domestic violence.
أنت اليوم التهمة الموجهة ليك إن أنت أسأت معاملة طفل إزاءة وفي عنف أسري ودي تقريبا جناية يعني في تهمة موجهة كبيرة ضد إزاءة معاملة الأطفال.
ممكن شرح ما هو العنف يعني لأن لم يكن هناك أي عنف يعني ممكن شرح ما هو العنف يعني الأسري ولا للطفل.
Can I explain further, Your Honor? There was nothing actually related to child abuse or any felony that would actually be involved in child abuse.
Not right now. You'll have a chance to ask questions at the end.
مش حاليا في الآخر بعد ما هي تتكلم ممكن أنت تسأل بعض الأسئلة.
نعم.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I also have charges for unattended child in a motor vehicle.
وكمان في تهمة ان انت تركت الطفل في سيارة ولم يكن هناك شخص يرعاه او شخص يعني ياخد باله منه. Yes.
And endangering the life or health of a minor.
وانت عرضت الطفل للخطر وعرضت حياته للخطر. Yes, sir.
Those are misdemeanors out of Tucson City Court.
وهذه جنح كلها من محكمة توجه إليك من محكمة توسون.
We'll talk about the felony first and then the misdemeanor.
عندك في قضية إجرام ثم قضية جنحة.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you.
أي شيء تقوله ممكن أنت تسكت ولا تصمت ولا تقول أي شيء لأنه ممكن تقول أي أشياء ممكن تأخذ ضدك.
You have the right to an attorney.
وليك الحق ان انت يكون لك محامي.
I'm going to be appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
في محامي عام المحكمة بتقرر ليك وده يبقى بدون اي فلوس يعني لا تدفع اي فلوس.
This is for your felony matter.
وده بالنسبة للذنب أو التهمة إنها إجرامية.
And there's an attorney seated next to you for purposes of today.
وهناك محامي يجلس بجانبك للمشكلة الخاصة باليوم.
I'll be setting some release conditions for you.
هناك بعض الشروط اللي هي بيها أطلق سراحك اليوم.
I've reviewed the interim complaint.
أنا راجعت كل الشكوى المقدمة.
The pretrial services report.
وعليك ان انت تذهب لكل ما هو مكتب ليه علاقة بما هو الشروط اللي هي ما قبل المحاكمة.
And the state's written recommendation.
وكل ما تقرره الولاية وهو ده المدعي العام اللي ضدك لابد الاطلاع عليه.
Looks like the state is recommending release to pretrial. Is that correct, Mr. Goodman?
وممكن إنه يطلق سراحك قبل حتى ما القضية الجلسة اللي هي ما قبل المحاكمة. Yes, sir.
Correct, Your Honor, and no unsupervised contact with the victims, and if DCS is involved, to follow their conditions.
وعليك ان انت بشرط ان لا يكون هناك اي علاقة بالطفل الا تحت مراقبة المكتب له علاقة بحماية الطفل.
Thank you, Mr. Goodman. Counsel, anything else?
Your Honor, we don't object to the pretrial release.
احنا ممكن انت يطلق سراحك لكن بشرط ان انت يبقى هناك جلسة اخرى لما قبل محاكمة.
نعم اختي مفهوم.
Sorry, did Mr. Rooney say something?
هل انت قلت شيء؟
أنا قلت إني كل شيء ما أنا فاهم كل شيء، يعني فهمت كل شيء.
Yes, Your Honor. I have been informed with everything that is being stated right now.
Okay. Sir, I am going to release you to pretrial services.
أنا هحط اقتراحك، لكن أنت هتكون تحت رعاية أو تحت حكم أو تحت مع مكتب مع الخاص بالجلسات اللي هي ما قبل المحاكمة.
Conditions include no drugs, no alcohol.
وعليك ان انت تمتنع عن اي مخدرات ولا تتناول اي نوع من العقاقير الخمرة يعني.
No firearms and monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services.
ولا يكون هناك في حوزتك اي سلاح ناري، وحتى تكون تخضع للخدمات اللي يقدمها ما قبل المحاكمة هذا المكتب.
No unsupervised contact with the minor children that are listed as victims.
ولا يكون هناك أي علاقة بالطفل اللي هو يتعرض للإساءة من قبلك، وهذه لو حصل أي نوع من المقابلة لازم تكون تحت مراقبة.
And if the Department of Child Safety is involved, any terms that they impose.
وأي شيء تقوله المكتب اللي خاص برعاية الطفل والتأكد على مصلحته لابد أن أنت تخضع لأي شروط يقولوها.
So your next court date for the felony case is April 21st at 1:30 p.m.
الجلسة القادمة شهر 4 يوم 21 الساعة 1:30. 1:30 Your Honor?
Yes.
الساعة 1:30. Yes.
نعم شكرا.
Yes, thank you.
That date actually may or may not go.
احتمال التاريخ ده يتغير.
So please keep in contact with your attorney.
الشرطة ستكون على اتصال بالمحامي الخاص بيك.
If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
لو انت ما ظهرتش في يوم الجلسة اللي يحددوها لك ممكن يبقى فيه نوع من الانذار بالقبض عليك.
Do you understand all that, Mr. Murney?
هل انت فاهم كل هذه الامور؟
نعم أختي أنا فاهم كل حاجة.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand all these things.
Okay. On the Tucson City court case,
بالنسبة للجلسة الخاصة بمحكمة توسون,
I will release you on your own promise to appear for the next court date.
أنا هطلق سراحك لكن أطلب منك وعد بأن أنت تبقى موجود في الجلسة القادمة اللي هي تحدد لك.
Same.
نعم.
Yes.
Same conditions of no unsupervised contact with the children.
وطبعا ينطبق عليك نفس الشرط ان انت لا يكون هناك اي علاقة مع الطفل بدون اي مراقبة في هذا الاجتماع مع الطفل.
And any terms imposed by Department of Child Safety if they're involved.
وأي شروط يقولها لك مكتب رعاية الطفل لو كان هناك أي شرط يفرضوه عليك.
The next court date for Tucson City will be May 2nd at 9 a.m.
والجلسة الأخرى بالنسبة لمحكمة توسون أو الخاصة بمحكمة توسون هتبقى في شهر 5 الساعة يوم 2 شهر 5 الساعة 9.
Again, if you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
لو لم تظهر في الجلسات المحددة لك ممكن يطلق عليك حكم بالقبض عليك ويعني احتجازك.
نعم.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and if you fail to appear, a trial can actually go in your absence.
لو هناك في محاكمة ممكن المحاكمة دي لو أنت ما ظهرتش ممكن المحاكمة دي تستمر بدون وجودك. Yes,
if you're convicted at a trial in your absence.
ولو اتهمت ولو أطلق عليك حكم في عدم وجودك سيكون ساري.
And not able to be sentenced within 90 days.
وهيبقى في حكم يصدر لك الحكم النهائي هيبقى في خلال 90 يوم.
You may lose your right to a direct appeal.
انت ممكن لو انت ما ظهرتش وسمعت الحكم وممكن ليك الحق ان انت في استئناف في ظرف 90 يوم.
Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, sir?
هناك نتائج تترتب على عدم وجودك في الجلسات أو عدم حضور الجلسات. هل تفهمها؟
نعم سي.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and this is also the time set for your arraignment in the city court?
وده في الوقت الذي حدد لاستدعائك لهذه المحكمة.
I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
أنا هقول إن أنت غير مذنب، وهذا يعني ما أقوله عادة في هذا الوضع في الاستدعاء.
نعم شكرا.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And did you have any questions, sir?
هل عندك أي أسئلة؟
هل بإمكاني يعني الاتصال بي؟ أنا سنجل من سنة ونص يعني مع أطفالي. هل ممكن يعني أنا كنت خارج السيارة والأطفال كانوا داخل السيارة في مكيف والويندو مفتوح ويعني كان كل شيء يعني مرتب، لكن هل يمكن الآن يعني الاتصال بالأطفال لما أطلع ولا يعني مش عارف ولا أتصل بحماية الطفل؟
So is it possible for me to get in touch with the children? Actually, as a matter of fact, the children were not the children were unattended. But as a matter of fact, the windows were rolled down. We were safe. I made sure that they were safe.
Okay, so without, I don't need to hear the facts of the case. We don't want to talk about the facts right now.
في هذه الجلسة اللي أنت فيها حاليا هي جلسة الاستدعاء، أنا لا أريد الاستماع للوقائع المحددة وكل التفاصيل الخاصة بهذه القضية سيستمع لها في جلسات المحاكمة.
You can go back home, but it'll be supervised contact with the children as long as there's another adult there.
انت طبعا ممكن تروح بيتك يبقى والولاد موجودين، لكن ما لا يسمح لك باللقاء بالولاد من غير مراقبة شخص آخر. لابد ان يبقى في شخص آخر وانت بتتصل بها بالأولاد وانت تتعامل معه.
الآن مفهوم. شكرا.
Yes, thank you. Now I understand.
Okay. Any other questions other than talking about the case?
هل عندك أي أسئلة أخرى ليس لها علاقة بأي تفاصيل في القضية فقط بما قلت لك؟
لا ما عنديش أي سؤال. شكرا.
No, I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
شكرا. وممكن أنت
It could be okay. That's the number to call, and then you have to call free trial services as soon as you get out. As when you get out, you call it. Okay. And you call this.
Yeah, translate that picture.
They can get something.
Oh, okay. And this one is so 21. 130. Be in the court in 130.
No, not at this point. It's going to be in Superior. The city court is on May 2nd.
And this one where you're going to be?
I'll contact the attorney and they'll let you know if you want to go to the.
Oh,
Okay.
but this one I contact today. So,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
You're welcome. They're down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back. Thank you.
Okay, to go back and finish.
Well, after this one, I'm gonna have the house, so I'll have one more felony, and then that'll be it.
Which one?
It's gonna be for Rawlings, Tyler, or no? The one yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Buenos días, señora. Deme su nombre completo, por favor.
Cindy Marlene Sánchez Rojo.
Cindy Marlene Sánchez Rojo.
Rosso.
Rosso.
Good morning, ma'am. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Buenos días, señora. Esta es la audiencia pactada para su comparecencia inicial.
You have, I'm seeing you today on some Tucson City Court charges.
Tiene usted, bueno, la estoy viendo aquí el día de hoy por acusaciones que originan del juzgado municipal de Tucson.
You have 2 counts of assault, domestic violence.
Tiene usted 2 cargos distintos de agresión, violencia doméstica.
3 counts of disorderly conduct.
3 acusaciones de alteración del orden público
and criminal damage.
y daños a propiedad ajena.
These are all alleged to be domestic violence.
Todos estos dicen ser acusaciones de violencia doméstica.
You have the right to remain silent.
Tiene usted derecho a guardar silencio.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You have the right to hire your own attorney.
Tiene usted derecho a contratar su propio licenciado.
In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you.
En ciertos casos, si no tiene usted manera de contratar su propio licenciado, se le puede asignar un abogado de oficio.
All right, ma'am, in this case, I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date.
Señora, en esta causa suya la voy a permitir que sea excarcelada bajo promesa de presentarse a la próxima audiencia que se programe en su caso.
Conditions include no drugs, no alcohol.
Las condiciones de libertad provisional incluyen nada de licor ni droga ilícita.
Do not commit any acts of domestic violence.
De no cometer actos adicionales de violencia doméstica.
Your spouse, Jimmy Perdomo, he is okay with you coming back home.
Y su pareja, su cónyuge, Jimmy Perdomo, está de acuerdo con que usted regrese a casa.
So you can go back home, you can have contact with him and the children.
Entonces sí puede regresar a su hogar, tener contacto con él y con los niños.
Your next court date, ma'am, is April 29th at 1:30 p.m.
Señora, su próxima comparecencia se pacta para el día 29 de abril a la 1:30 por la tarde.
This is at the Tucson City Court downtown.
Y eso será en el Tribunal Municipal de Tucson, en el centro de Tucson.
If you fail to appear, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Si no comparece, puede emitirse orden por su detención.
Trial can actually go without you.
Y hasta el juicio mismo podría proceder en su ausencia.
If you're convicted at a trial in your absence.
Y si se le pronuncia culpable en su ausencia, estando usted, perdóneme, si se le pronuncia culpable en su juicio, estando ausente usted.
And not able to be sentenced within 90 days because of the warrant status.
Y sin posibilidades de imponer la pena de 30 días por su estado de prófugo y de detención.
You may lose your right to a direct appeal.
Bien podría perder el derecho de apelar el fallo de culpable.
Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, ma'am?
Ahora, señora, ¿entiende las consecuencias de no presentarse a su debido tiempo?
Sí.
Yes.
Right. This is also the time set for your arraignment.
Esta también es la audiencia pactada para su comparecencia inicial.
I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
Vamos a registrar su declaración de no culpable entre los cargos.
All right, ma'am. You're released for today.
Ahora, señora, puede retirarse por hoy, es todo.
Make sure you show up to court in April.
Asegúrese de presentarse en el juzgado el día 29 de abril. Thank you.
A la only thing,
At 1:30?
Yes, at 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Question. Is this one? No. I think.
Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Mine?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Good morning, Ms. Tullis. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some felony charges of disorderly conduct with a weapon or a dangerous instrument, which are felonies. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you have counsel seated next to you for purposes of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, ma'am. I've reviewed the pretrial services report, the interim complaint, and it looks like the state's written recommendation is it $10,000, Mr. Goodman?
That's correct, Your Honor, and it's not designated on the interim complaint, but this appears to be domestic violence.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
The two individuals involving a meat cleaver and a knife.
Thank you. Mr. Goodman, any other recommendation you'd like to add?
I mean, just based on the nature of the offenses and again, the use of the incident involved a knife and a meat cleaver. There's some concerning, I would say, conduct in this case. That's why the state recommended a bond. But regardless of the court's decision, we definitely want no contact with Luke and Christy that are listed in the interim complaint.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
Your Honor, we're requesting release to pretrial services in this case. Ms. Tullis has no priors. She is currently employed. I believe that was verified through her father. Also, I believe the father may be one of the victims in the case, and he, according to the pretrial services report, said he was willing to assume third party and provide transport to court for Ms. Tullis. The other thing, Your Honor, is that in reading the complaint, it appears to have been more of a mental health crisis where Ms. Tullis was appearing to be trying to hurt herself. I think something like this would have been better, or she would have been better served by possibly getting taken to a crisis center as opposed to being in jail. So we are asking that she be released to pretrial services, Your Honor. I think she should get help outside of the jail setting.
Ms. Tullis, do you have somewhere to stay that is not with your parents? Ms. Tullis, is there somewhere you can stay that is not with your parents?
No, I don't know if we can call, since her father was willing to assume third party, possibly get in touch with him to see if he might be able to locate a place for her.
All right, ma'am. I do think a bond is appropriate in this matter at this time. There's no third party housing that is available at this time. I'm going to impose a bond of $2,500, cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. And if you do post that bond or for your release, no drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial. I know your father's okay with you coming home at this time, but right now I'm going to say no contact with your parents, Luke and Christy. Do not go to their residence. Until further order of the court, you can return one time with police escort to pick up any personal belongings. If you are released or have post the bond, you'll have to get alternate housing.
And Your Honor, I do apologize. I did forget to mention that it was mentioned in the report that she is employed, and that I don't know if that may be an issue for her.
Well, until we get the housing situation figured out, I'm going to impose the bond. All right, so the next court date, ma'am, is going to be a preliminary hearing at April 10th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Your excuse for today.
Your Honor, is the bond cash or secured?
Cash or secured.
Thank you.
I probably received my friend. Does that count? You have the permission. I know I she was like same reason. If you have any stay after verify it back to right now. Okay. Is it information?
Patricia, I think we have misdemeanors next, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe you can talk to her on the side there. Apologize for jumping in like that.
That's all right. Appreciate it. Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Tyler Rollins?
Middle name Addison?
Yes, ma'am.
You, Mr. Rollins. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a failure to appear misdemeanor shoplifting out of Pima County Justice Court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say cannot be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. Looks like the offense date is back in January of 2024. I don't have the date of when you failed to appear for court, but there was a bond amount originally issued by the Justice Court judge of $500. I'm going to honor that request by that Justice Court judge. So it's going to be $500, cash or secured. If you do post it, don't have any contact with whatever that business was of the shoplifting. Don't return to that incident location. I'm going to appoint you an attorney, sir, Peter Gutierrez. And your next court date's actually tomorrow at 1 p.m., April 1st at 1 p.m. If you post the bond, it's up to you to make sure you show up. If not, you'll be seen by video and the attorney will be there. If you fail to show to court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And if you don't know this already, sir, looks like you have a hold from Oro Valley City Court. You have a $750 bond out of Oro Valley for other charges as well. All right. You understand all that, Mr. Rollins?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your excuse for today.
Thank you.
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Joshua Ray Higgins.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some misdemeanor charges out of Green Valley Justice Court for domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, sir, I am going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date, which is going to be April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. at the Green Valley Justice Court. Conditions do include no drugs, no alcohol, do not commit any acts of domestic violence. Right now, no contact with Scott Clark, the alleged victim. You can go back one time to the shared residence to pick up any personal belongings with police escort. It looks like your friend Madison is okay with you staying with her, so you could stay with her. All right. If you fail to appear for court, sir, warrant can issue for your arrest. Shall can go without you. Understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. You're excused for today.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Jesse Daniel Mentor.
Thank you, Mr. Mejivar. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a misdemeanor charge out of Pima County Justice Court for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. Mr. Mejivar, today I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for the next court date. Conditions include just don't return to, I guess it was the jail parking lot where this happened. So once you're released, don't come back unless you have some legitimate purpose. All right, next court date is going to be April 10th at 8:30 a.m. at the Pima County Justice Court. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Understand all that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused for today.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Jose Montijo.
You have a middle name, Isaac?
Yes.
And are you the second?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, Mr. Montijo, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a misdemeanor charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. If I release you today, do you have somewhere you can go that is not with Myrna McCollum? Is there somewhere else you can stay?
Yes, Your Honor. I have family. My mother.
Okay, and does she live in Pima County, your mom?
No, we're sure. I also have a condo right down the street.
Okay.
On Golf Links, 76.
You have another property that you can stay at on Golf Links?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I am going to release you today on your own promise to appear at the next court date. Stay at that alternate address. Do not have any contact with Myrna McCollum at this time. Don't try to go find her or anything. You can go back to the shared residence with police escort to pick up personal belongings. And do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date, sir, is going to be April 30th at 10 a.m. at the Marana City Court. When you're released from custody today, you'll get a sheet of paper with the date and all that and the address. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Understand all that?
Yes, sure.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today, Mr. Montijo.
Palacio.
Morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Teresa Kathleen Palacio.
Thank you, Ms. Palacio. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on 2 misdemeanor charges for domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to release you today, ma'am, on your own promise to appear for the next court date. Conditions include do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Do not have any contact with Leonard Chadwick. He doesn't want to have any contact with you. So no contact with him. Don't try to go find him at his work or his house or anything like that. And your next court day, ma'am, is going to be April 10th at 10:30 a.m. at the Pima County Justice Court. You'll get a sheet of paper with the date and time when you get released this morning. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Should I let you know right now I'm at SMI, or do I let them know that when I go to court?
Tell the judge when you see them next month.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day here.
Lydia.
Morning. Can I get your full name, please?
Lydia Bentilli.
Middle name Beatrice?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, ma'am. This is a time for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for 3 separate cases, looks like. You have a failure to appear shoplifting out of Pima County Justice Court. You also have a failure to appear possession of drug paraphernalia out of Marana City Court. And you also have 2 Tucson City Court charges. These ones are new for crime trespass in the 3rd degree and possession of drug paraphernalia. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. For the Marana City Court case, ma'am, looks like the warrant that was originally issued had an amount of $350. And actually, it's for drug paraphernalia and crime trespass. All right, so that $350 amount that previous judge issued, I'm going to honor that amount. So your release conditions for the Marana City Court will be $350, bond, cash, or secured.
Wait, I need a bond to be released?
Yes, because you failed to show up to court, ma'am. And this, I don't know what the date is, but you failed to show up to court.
If I fail to show up to court?
Sorry?
So I won't need a bond today to be released, but if I fail to show up to court again?
No, you've already failed to show up to court in Marana City Court, so I'm going to impose a bond.
Okay.
All right, so that's $350 for Marana City Court. I'm going to give you an attorney. Her name is Janet Altschuler. Your next court date is actually this afternoon at 12 p.m. for that. She'll be seen by video, and Ms. Altschuler will be there.
Okay, so it'll be at the $350 will be at 12?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and no drugs, no alcohol. Those are the conditions if you do post that bond or if you're released. For the Pima County Justice Court.
I'm fucked up.
Okay, that one, the bond amount the judge issued was $50, so I'm going to honor that amount as well. That's $50 for the Justice Court one for the shoplifting, cash or secured. The only condition is don't go to the incident location. That one, your next court date is April 1st. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Again, you'll be seen by video. I'm appointing Peter Gutierrez to represent you. That's your attorney for tomorrow in Pima County Justice Court. And then for your city court cases, ma'am, these are new charges. Oh, no. Sorry, they're not new charges. They've had before. Okay. All right, they happened earlier in March. All right, these are not new charges. All right, so for the criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia, the release conditions, I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for those ones. So no bond on the city court case. I'm going to appoint you an attorney, though, Tucson City Public Defender, because you're being held on the other matters. The condition includes don't go to the incident location of wherever the trespass happened. And no drugs, no alcohol. Okay. And your next court date for Tucson City Court will be June 6th at 9 a.m. If you fail to show for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You're excused for today. Morning, can I get your full name, please?
Eric Steven Romero.
Thank you, Mr. Romero. Is it hyphenated, Romero Paul?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sir, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some misdemeanor charges out of Pima County Justice Court for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, assault. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, sir, looks like the listed victim in this case is Gabriel Godoy. Is that your roommate?
Yes.
And you live at that shared residence with also your girlfriend and your child?
Yes.
So, sir, I'm going to release you today on your own promise to appear at your next court date. Conditions include no drugs, no alcohol, no acts of domestic violence. Gabriel Godoy at this time, I'm going to order that he not be returning there. So you can stay there with your girlfriend and your child. He can't go there right now, okay? But he can come back to pick up any property or anything like that. But otherwise, he's not allowed to stay there. Unless, are you okay with contact with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with Gabriel. He's okay.
Okay. So I'll hold off on this. I'm going to see him later this morning. If he's okay with contact with you as well, then you guys can all go back together. If he says, no, I don't want to have contact with Eric, then he can come back one time to pick up his property, but otherwise you'll stay there. All right, so your next court date will be April 10th at 10:30 a.m. At the Pima County Justice Court. If you fail to appear, warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused for today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, can I get your full name, please?
Fatima Jennifer Reese.
Thank you. Ms. Reese, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for some misdemeanors for driving on a suspended license out of Ajo Justice Court. And looks like there's two separate charges for that. Oh, and one is from Hacienda Justice Court. So you have a driving out suspended license for Ajo and then also from Hacienda Justice Court. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney in certain instances. If you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, ma'am, I'm going to release you today on both cases on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Conditions include do not drive without a valid driver's license and show up to all court hearings. For the Hacienda Justice Court case, the next date is April 22nd at 9 a.m., and that's in Wickenburg. So you'll have to contact them. If you can't make it there, you'll have to contact them to figure out if you can appear over the phone or video or something like that. And then for the local, for Ajo, next court date is April 22nd at 9 a.m. at the Ajo Justice Court. Same thing, if you can't make it there, you need to call them to figure out if you can appear somehow by video or change the date or something like that. All right, if you fail to appear, warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You're excused for today. I didn't. Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
My name is Alfredo Carrillo.
Thank you, Mr. Carrillo. And you have a middle name?
Ricardo.
Ricardo, thank you. Sir, this the time to set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing today on a charge of criminal damage, which is domestic violence misdemeanor out of Tucson City Court. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. All right, sir. So I'm going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Conditions include do not commit any further acts of domestic violence and no contact with your sister, Yvette Gutierrez. And don't try to go find her. Don't go to her house, anything like that. All right, your next court date, sir, is going to be on May 5th at 9:30 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. If you fail to appear, warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, sir? All right, thank you. And Mr. Carrillo, this is also the time set for your arraignment, so I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. All right, you're excused for today, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bruce. Your Honor, the Assistant General, I'd like to advise you that Ms. Cruz has a martial hold at this time.
Ms. Cruz has a martial hold?
Yes.
Thank you.
Swim away.
Okay, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Cruz.
Middle name, Anik? All right, thank you. And this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some misdemeanor charges out of Tucson City Court for disorderly conduct, domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, and criminal damage, domestic violence. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm actually going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you in this case. And as the jail just said, you have a federal hold at this time. So if you post any bond, the feds will come and take you. So I'm going to impose a bond of $50 cash in this case, because if we don't have that bond, they're just going to take you, won't be able to resolve your city court charges. So just so you know, ma'am, if you do post that bond, you're probably not going to get released because the marshals will take you for whatever you're facing over there. Conditions include do not commit any acts of domestic violence, do not have any contact with Anik Mejia or Martin Mejia, don't go to their residence or anything like that. Your next court date, ma'am, is going to be April 8th at 1:45 p.m. That's next week. If you fail to show to court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. If you're still in custody, the jail will make sure you get seen and you'll have an attorney there. If you fail to show up to court, a warrant can issue. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Ms. Bruce? All right, thank you. And this is also the time set for your arraignment. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. All right, thank you, Ms. Cruz. You're excused for today.
Bruce. How's that work? Run.
Morning, can I get your full name, please?
Duran,
this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some failures to appear out of Tucson City Court for shoplifting, theft, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, drug paraphernalia, and other theft. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. Looks like you are also in custody on some felony charges. Okay. I see a $10,000 bond for the Superior Court case. All right, so I'm not seeing you on that today. I'm just seeing you on the Tucson City Court cases. I'm going to use a bond of $500 cash or secured because there are a number of FTAs in the city court case. If you do post it, ma'am, no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with don't try to go to the incident locations, any of the businesses of the shoplifting or the thefts. Your next court date will be April 8th. That's next week at 1:45 p.m. If you're still in custody, the jail will make sure you get seen by video. You understand that, ma'am? Thank you. You're excused for today, Mr. Ram. All right, good morning. Can I get your full name, please?
Christopher Thomas Ifa.
Thank you, Mr. Ifa. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some misdemeanor charges out of Tucson City Court for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence assault. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. Sir, if I release you today, do you have somewhere you can stay that is not with Mr. Allen? No, you have no friends or family in the area that you can stay that's not with Mr. Allen?
I think I will check like other agencies, but I gotta check with them first.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I'm going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date. So you're getting out of jail this morning. Conditions include no drugs, no alcohol, do not commit any acts of domestic violence, no contact with Mr. Allen at this time, and don't go to the don't go to his house or anything. You can return one time with police escort to get some personal belongings. And you said you're going to check to some places to see where you can stay. Outside the Pima County Jail, there's a transition center. You can stop by there. They do help with kind of temporary housing situations. Sometimes they can get you a phone. So you may want to check that out if you're not able to establish some housing. All right, your next court date, sir, is going to be April 29th at 1:30 p.m. at the Tucson City Court. You'll get a sheet of paper with the date and time and all that when you get released, sir. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Ifa?
Yes.
Thank you. And it's also the time set for your arraignment, so I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. All right, you're excused for today, sir. Thank you. Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Thomas Ryan Nischel.
Thank you, Mr.
Nischel.
All right, there we are. Thank you, Mr. Nisha. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on some failures to appear out of Tucson City Court for criminal damage, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, threatening, intimidating domestic violence. Looks like there's some new city court charges as well. Hold on. And you also have some new city court charges as well, which are alleged to be domestic violence from damage, threatening, intimidating, disorderly conduct, and assault. The failure to appear is from 2022. At least the charges are from 2022. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you.
I do have something to say though on the failure to appear. That is wrong. I actually have documentation, Your Honor, that I went to court. I have everything at my home. That's not true. I showed up. I did their steps. I paid $1,500 to you guys. I mean, I have documentation and proof of all of that. So that is not accurate.
Are you talking about Superior Court, sir? This is for...
Yeah, where they said that I didn't show up. I've done everything that they've asked of me. I've showed up. I even had a lawyer too. So that's not accurate or correct, ma'am. But as far as anything else, but I did everything that they asked of me.
I have April 11th, June 13th, and July 21st for failures to appear for the city court case.
Yeah, that's okay. I have documentation, Your Honor. I can prove my innocence on that.
Okay. All right. Well, you can see the judge about that since you say you have some proof for that. All right. So I'm going to impose a bond of $500 because these are old cases. We have to get it taken care of, sir. It's going to be cash or secured. No drugs, no alcohol if you post it. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Looks like there's your wife is okay with. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You said 500. Is this so? What this? The 10% of that is $50 then?
Cash or secured. So cash is 500 flat or secured. So if it's 10%, you can get a bonds company and have some security from it. No contact with Zachary Derrick. Don't try to go find him or anything, but your wife is okay with contact.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's my son and he's lived there with me. I mean, for the past 21 years, I've held the same job
and I put motorcycle headsets into the motorcycle officers here in all of Pima County. So I do Tucson Police, I do Pima County police officers, I do Cochise County, I do California Highway Patrol. So this is a family business that we've done here in Tucson, 22nd and Cherry, across from the main post office. For the last 47 years, we've been in business with the police officers. We have been in business with them for the past 31 years, and that's what I do. I directly install helmet headsets for the motorcycle officers and take care of them.
Okay, and Mr. Derek lives at the same house with you and your wife?
Yes, ma'am. His bedroom is right across from mine.
Is he a student?
No, he's not. He just works. I guess he's grown. I mean, he's 25, but I mean, he's just a kid. I guess I'm telling you this to ask for the leniency because I can't afford a bond. I can't do that. I'm basically by myself right now. I have no one to contact or do any of that. So if I could get R&R, I have all documentation. I have all proof relaying that I have been to court. I've paid the money. I've done everything that I'm supposed to with an actual lawyer. So I guess that's just it, Your Honor. I'm just trying to ask for some leniency because it's very hard for me to get a hold of anybody to actually try to come up here and get me or any of that. I mean, my wife, she works for the Pima Community College. She's the director of accounting.
Okay,
so it's very...
All right. Thank you for the additional information. I am going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date. All right, conditions are still the same. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence, no drugs, no alcohol. You can go back home.
Thank you.
You're going to provide proof of whatever happened in your 2022 counts, whether it was resolved or whether you showed up or whatever happened with it, okay? All right. Your next court date, sir, is going to be April 29th at 1:30 p.m. at the Tucson City Court. If you fail to appear, warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Another judge may look at this and say, 2022, and they might not consider what you have to say like I just did right now. Okay, so make sure you show it. Okay, so I'm not appointing, you're welcome. I'm not appointing an attorney for you because I'm not holding you since you're going to be released today. But of course, you can go hire one if you want to.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And this is also the time set for your arraignment on the new charges, so I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am.
You're excused for today. Thank you.
Thank you again, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck.
Bye.
Morning. Can I get your full name, please?
Louis Allen Pompa.
Thank you, Mr. Pompa. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on the new Tucson City Court cases for disorderly conduct and criminal damage, domestic violence. These are misdemeanors. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. I got to set some release conditions for you, sir. I think Miss Janet Martinez is on the line. Ma'am, you got to hit *6 to be unmuted. Hello, Miss Martinez?
Hello?
Yes, did you want to be heard on release?
Yes, I don't feel threatened by him. It was just at the moment, I didn't know what was going on with him, but I want him to come home.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Mr. Pompa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. All right, Mr. Pompa, you heard what she had to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, these are serious charges, sir, but she is okay with you coming home right now, and she's okay with contact at this time. So I will honor her request at this time. All right. You are going to be released on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Conditions include no drugs, no alcohol. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. If something else happens and she feels threatened, she calls the police and you're in front of another judge again, you might not be able to get out again. All right. So just be careful. All right. Okay. Your next court date, sir, is going to be April 29th at 1:30 p.m. at the Tucson City Court. You'll get a sheet of paper when you get released today with the date and time. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand the consequences of failing to show to court, sir?
Yes.
All right. Sorry? April 29th is a Tuesday. Okay, and for whatever reason, if you can't show up that day, or call them and let them know in advance so they can move your day. Sure. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you call them in advance if you have to change the date or the time or what have you. All right. And it's also the time set for your arraignment, so I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf, sir. All right, you're excused for today, Mr. Pompo. He doesn't call. All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Gabriel Godoy. Adam Gabriel Godoy.
All right, thank you, Mr. Godoy. All right, so this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some misdemeanor charges at a Pima County Justice Court for disorderly conduct, 2 charges, domestic violence and assault domestic violence. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So the listed victim in this case looks like it's your roommate, Eric Romero Paul. Do you wish to have continued contact with Mr. Romero Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go back and you're okay with staying with him and his girlfriend and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date, sir. You can go back home. You can have contact with Mr. Romero Paul. He's okay with you having contact with him as well. He's okay with you coming back home. All right.
Yesterday we were all drinking, so I don't even remember what happened. So I have to apologize to Mr. Romero.
All right, no drugs, no alcohol while the case is pending, sir. No acts of domestic violence, all right? Your next court date will be April 10th at 10:30 a.m. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You'll get a sheet of paper with the date and time and the address and all that when you get released today. You understand all that, sir?
I understand.
All right, thank you. You're excused for today, Mr. Godoy.
Thank you. Actually, I'd like to explain for you guys. But, hey, just putting the key type right up here. Right. You just see the key.
Morning, can I get your full name, please?
Ryan O'Donovan Watkins.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on misdemeanor charges out of Green Valley Justice Court for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence, threatening, intimidating. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. Okay. If I release you today, sir, is there somewhere you can go that is not with Cherry Dotson?
Yes.
Okay. Where is that?
I go to my sponsor's house.
Is that in Pima County?
I'm sorry?
Is that in Pima County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'm going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Please stay at that alternate address. You can go back at the shared residence with your roommates to pick up any personal belongings with police escort. Otherwise, don't have any contact with Cherry Dotson. Don't go to her house other than that one time to pick up belongings with police escort. Other conditions include no drugs, no alcohol. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. Your next court date, sir, is April 3rd. That's next week at 8. Is that next week? Sorry, it's this Thursday, April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. If for some reason you can't make it, call them and let them know to reschedule your date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand all that, Mr. Watkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused for today, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sorry? Oh, it's private.
At the jail, if you can hear me, are we going to be seeing Mr. Nicholas Galarza?
He was a post release, Your Honor.
Sorry?
He was a post release.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Man.
I'm assuming because it is gone.
All right, thank you for your patience, sir. Can I get your full name?
Yani Korea.
Thank you. Mr. Correa, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing today on new felony charges for possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, also a Tucson City Court charge, a misdemeanor for obstruction, refusing to provide a true name. And I'm not seeing you on this, sir, but it looks like you had another case pending out of Pima County Superior Court post-indictment. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. For the new felony matter, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. For the Tucson City Court case, I'll appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office. All right. I got to set some release conditions for you, sir. I've reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's written recommendation. Looks like $5,000 in lieu of a no bond request. Mr. Goodman, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. As you noted, he's pending similar charges in Superior Court. He'll be seen on, and I'm the county attorney who screens the individuals for steps, and he wouldn't qualify. So we're just asking for a bond and a 10-day PH date.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
Your Honor, we would be asking for a nominal bond. These are drug charges. He's being held without bond in the other case, so I don't think that a large bond in this case would do much.
All right, thank you. I'm going to impose a bond of $1,500, cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. Mr. Correa, if you do post that bond, no drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring treatment as directed by pretrial. Your next court date will be a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 1:30. That date may or may not go. So just keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, whether it's that date or any future dates, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Understand all that, sir?
Good.
All right, thank you. And for your Tucson City Court case, sir, I'm going to release you on your... Hold on, Mr. Correa, I'm not done yet. All right, you also have a Tucson City Court case, sir, for that refusal to provide a true name. That one I am going to release you on your own promise to appear, but you're being held in custody on other matters, so I'm going to be appointing the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. There's no special terms for this case. The next court date will be June 6th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. All right, now you're excused, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Morning, can I get your full name, please?
Luis Garcia.
Luis Enrique Garcia Herrera?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on some felony charges. Burglary in the first degree and possession of burglary tools. Counsel and Mr. Goodman, I did not find probable cause for burglary in the first degree. Did not see any allegation of a weapon or dangerous instrument, so I'll be dismissing that charge. But there is a felony of possession of burglary tools. There's definitely evidence of a lesser if one were to be charged later. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. I set some release conditions for you, sir. I reviewed the interim complaint. The pretrial services report. The state's written recommendation is $5,000. Mr. Goodman, did you want to be heard further?
Yeah, Judge, so the structure, I don't think the structure is at issue. I believe you mentioned the weapon. That's what a Leatherman tool is. It a wrench that has knives on it. So that's what would be essentially a weapon, because that's what a Leatherman tool is. It's a wrench that has, or pliers that has knives on it and things of that nature. But regardless, Judge, he didn't decline to participate in the pretrial services interview, doesn't have a known residence, has a failure to appear history. So we're requesting a bond with pretrial services.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
Your Honor, we would be asking release to pretrial services. This is a nonviolent offense, although he does have some priors. They're like 10 years old. So we would be asking for release to pretrial.
All right, thank you. I do think a bond is appropriate in this matter and compose a bond of $4,000, cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. No drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring treatment as directed. No contact with the alleged victim. Do not go to the incident location wherever you're arrested, sir. Your next court date will be April 10th at 1:30 for preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Did you understand all that, Mr. Garcia Herrera?
Yes.
And my apologies, Your Honor. Did you say the public defenders is appointed in this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're excused for today, sir.
Let's put the bond at your next court hearing. Contact your attorney at this moment.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please? You, Mr. Labrador Velarde. This is the time set for your initial appearance on a charge of possession of narcotic drugs, which is a felony offense. Mr. Goodman, I see you the state's pretrial or initial appearance recommendation is motion to dismiss without prejudice.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Objection.
Thank you. So, sir, the state is moving to dismiss. I will grant that request. Order dismissing this matter without prejudice, sir. You'll be released from custody today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Clear.
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Michael C. McClure.
Thank you, Mr. McClure. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a charge of possession of dangerous drugs, which is a felony. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. I've set some release conditions for you, sir. I review the pretrial services report, the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $5,000 bond in lieu of no bond and potentially steps eligible. Mr. Goodman, did you want to be heard further?
Judge, this is primarily due to him being on release and warrant status for his existing matter. Even though I'm requesting a bond, he is somebody that I would consider for the STEPS program, so we can definitely set a STEPS hearing as well.
Okay, and so since you said you were the prosecutor assigned to review for steps eligibility. It looks like the prior case you mentioned was on warrant status. Mr. McClure was enrolled in steps, but removed from steps. Is that a bar?
No, not necessarily. But I did confirm and look through his other, I call it criminal history, like into his misdemeanor history. So what would happen typically, you would, if you held him, set the 10-day PH date with a steps hearing. But I did double check, and he is somebody who I would likely give another chance at the steps program in this current case.
Okay, thank you. All right, counsel?
Your Honor, just one question with regarding probable cause in this case. I did notice from the complaint there was mention that there was meth in the pocket. I didn't see anything with regards to the whatever the item was having been tested.
I see a handwritten positive for meth and I don't know if that's the date or ID number. That must be the ID number of the officer. Yes, there's an officer number there. It's handwritten at the bottom.
Thank you, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, with regards to what the state has indicated that this would be a steps eligible case, we would ask for a nominal bond.
All right, Mr. McClure, you previously participated in steps. Would you be interested in trying to get for it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Can I mention something?
Not right now.
Okay.
Okay. So pose a nominal bond of $500, cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. No drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring treatment as directed. Do not go to the incident location. Steps hearing will be April 7th at 9 a.m. That's next Monday, sir. If you post your bond, you got to make sure you show up next Monday. Otherwise, they're not going to consider you. But similar to the prior case, they're going to screen you to see if you'll be eligible for that date. And then the preliminary hearing date will be April 10th at 1:30 p.m. As you know from your other case, sir, if you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Understand all that?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have the steps date again?
April 7th, next Monday at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, sir, excused for today.
Luis.
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
John Reese Rascon Jr.
It's Ruiz Rascon.
Yeah, R-U-I-Z Rascon.
Thank you. So this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a felony charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement vehicle and also some misdemeanors for criminal damage and reckless driving. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to be appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. I got to set some release conditions for you, Mr. Ruiz Rascon. I've reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's written recommendation is released to pretrial. Is that correct, Mr. Goodman?
That's correct, based on the pretrial risk assessment of him and the lack of history.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
I would ask for a release as well, Your Honor, to pretrial services.
Okay, thank you. All right, sir, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Conditions include do not drive without a valid driver's license, no drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring treatment as directed by pretrial, no contact with any of the alleged victims in the case. Your next court date, sir, is a preliminary hearing on April 21st at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Mr. Ruiz Rascon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
I'm to turn here, and we're gonna call this.
Not being released.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes, we'll call control services with the county.
All right, thank you. What's up?
Sir, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Carlos Soto.
Thank you, Mr. Soto. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a felony matter of criminal damage of tampering with a utility. I'm also seeing you on some Tucson City Court charges for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, interference with judicial proceedings, resisting arrest, and you also have a failure to appear out of Tucson City Court for assault. And I'm not seeing you on this, sir, but it looks like you have a Pima County Justice Court case that is also ongoing. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. For the felony matter, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. For the city court matter, I'm appointing the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I've set some release conditions for you, sir. We'll talk about the felony matter first. I've reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's written recommendation. Mr. Goodman, I see $10,000. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just that he was uncooperative, couldn't be interviewed. He's maxed out on all their scales on pretrial. Not only does he have the violent felony prior, he also appears to have a violent misdemeanor history as well.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
We'd be asking for a lower bond, about $2,500 in this case. Mr. Soto doesn't have the funds to be able to pay it, so we're asking that it be reasonable. He does have housing. Mr. Soto also indicated that in this case, I guess he was brought to the jail, then taken to the hospital and released from there, so he had been released before. So for those reasons, we're asking for a lower bond.
I'm going to pose a bond of $5,000 in the felony matter. Cash or secured. Released to pretrial if posted. No drugs, no alcohol, sir. No firearms. Monitoring treatment as directed by pretrial. No contact with the alleged victim. Don't go to the incident location. Your next court date for the felony matter, sir, will be April 10th at 1:30 for preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go, so please keep in contact with your attorney. If you fail to appear, warrant can issue for your arrest. And also, please abide by all conditions of the active order of protection that you have right now. And then for the Tucson City Court cases, sir, I am also going to impose a bond. All right, so on the city court case, it's going to be $1,000, cash or secured. No drugs, no alcohol. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. No contact whatsoever with the named victim who has an active order of protection against you, sir. Don't go to his house. Don't try to find him, anything like that. There's other terms of the active order of protection. All right, your next court date for Tucson City will be April 8th. That's next week at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Peralta. Results appear after you post all the bonds. A warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to direct appeal. You understand the consequences of failing to show to court, sir?
That drive last night was completely unrelated to that. Now they bring a bond charge for that. And I don't understand why
Sir, you'll have a chance to ask counsel questions in a bit. I have a question for you. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, sir?
I do.
Okay, all right. It is also the time set for your arraignment on Tucson City Court, so I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. All right, you're excused for today. You can ask any other questions you may have to counsel.
Did we not send an attorney?
Yeah. Yesterday when this matter of the accident occurred, they didn't mention about nothing.
Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Bryson Yance?
Thank you. Is your middle name Daniel?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Yance. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on new felony charges for possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You also have a new city court case for shoplifting misdemeanor and some failures to appear out of city court for criminal trespass. Those are alleged to have occurred in 2024. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. For your Pima County felony case, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. I gotta set some release conditions for you, sir. I've reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report. The state's written recommendation is release to pretrial and potential steps court hearing. Mr. Goodman, is that all correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. I had some concerns given the misdemeanor failures to appear, but he doesn't seem to have a concerning history. That's why the state was fine with pretrial potentially.
All right, thank you. Counsel?
We would also ask for a release to pretrial services, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Yance, would you be interested in potentially participating in a substance abuse diversion program? So the state has a diversion program. It's pre-indictment that would help with substance abuse counseling and treatment for drug abuse. Would you be interested in participating in that program?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so they do a screening, sir. You'll put you in steps, and the steps hearing is next Monday at 9 a.m. They do a screening to see if you qualify for it. So you show up to Superior Court next Monday at 9 a.m. to see if you can actually participate in the program. I am going to release your pretrial services. Counsel waive time for the PH date.
Yes, Your Honor.
So the preliminary hearing date will be moved out to May 15th at 1:30 p.m. Conditions of your release to pretrial, sir, include no drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial. If you fail to show to court next Monday, sir, they're not going to consider you. So just make sure you show up next Monday to find out if you can participate in this substance abuse program. If you fail to show to court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then on your city court cases, sir, I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear. You got to show up to Tucson City Court on May 5th at 9:30 a.m. Conditions include do not have any contact with any of the business victims listed in any of the cases. Don't try to go back to the incident location. No drugs, no alcohol. All right. If you fail to show to court, a warrant can issue. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence and you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days because you're on warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. You understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Yance?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. And also, it's a time set for your arraignment on the new charge of theft out of city court. I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. All right. You're excused for today, sir. Thank you.
Quick question, Your Honor. The steps is on 4/7 at 9?
Yes.
Thank you.
You'll get me to patrol when you get out. You need to call them and then get on with your attorney on this.
Okay, I'll call them like someone get released today and
You're
then.
going to release, but you need to call them and keep in touch with them.
Okay. You can.
All right, at the jail, is that everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, counsel. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Goodman.